you choose where you would like to begin, either flat on your back, you can have your knees bent or grounded, or you can take the first few moments seated, and then after that we'll head to the back. But you choose. Maybe you close your eyes to begin and just kind of bring your awareness into your body. Feel how you feel today. Right? Likely there's tension in your body that just by bringing your awareness to you can release and kind of let go of. So often it's the jaw, maybe the forehead, right? Maybe the neck, maybe the shoulders, maybe the belly or the heart space is a little tense and you can just kind of soften there. Right? Maybe you feel great, right? So just take a moment to really feel great. Right? But then from here we begin to cultivate our breath. We breathe in through our nose, we breathe out through the nose, and we just kind of find a rhythm, right? Feeling what it feels like to inhale, feeling what it feels like to exhale. Right? Likely, we're probably not breathing in deep enough, so maybe you can inhale a little bit more fully or breathe into your ribs or your back or your chest or your belly a little bit more. But as you exhale, we want the exhales to be at least as long as the inhales, and maybe just a little bit longer. Right? So we breathe in, again, we might breathe in a little bit fuller or deeper than what we might unconsciously do. As we exhale, we nice and slowly, smoothly, gently release the breath completely. And we'll just spend a few moments here. If you're comfortable or if you're curious, you might incorporate an ujjayi breath. Right? It's a slight constriction in the back of the throat, so that as you breathe, you make a little bit of a sound in the back of the throat. Right? And what actually happens is the breath presses on the vagus nerve, and it helps to kind of calm our nervous system down and bring our bodies and our minds back down to balance, or maybe chilling them out. So you might try this at home, breathing in, right, full and deep, and breathing out. It's a little easier on the exhale, just a little sound in the back of the throat. Maybe another breath or two where you're at. Good. And if you're not there already, you can begin to make your way down to your back. So we'll come to lay on the back. You can have your knees bent, soles of the feet grounded, and arms at your sides, palms facing down. We'll just begin with a few arm movements. Right, so with your in-breath, we'll reach the arms overhead, backs of the hands will touch the ground above you. As you exhale, just gently bring your hands back down by your hips. So your hips will stay grounded here. We're just working upper body. As you inhale, we'll reach the arms overhead, and maybe stretching in your shoulders, your chest. As you exhale, hands will come back down by the hips. Right, we're going to add a little bit of contraction and adding in some abdominal work. As you inhale, reach your arms overhead. This time as you exhale and bring your hands down, try to press your lower back down to the mat. So you want to pull your belly button and press the lower back down to the ground. As you inhale, we'll again reach the arms up. You might arch your lower back a bit or not. But as you exhale, bring your hands down again. Really try to press the lower back down and engaging through your core. Do that one more time. As you inhale, we'll reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, the hands come back by the hips, but we're really pressing lower back down to the ground. Good. This time, keep that core contraction as you lift your hips up as well as your hands. And then as you exhale, you'll bring your hips and hands back down to the ground, but try to roll down. So you're tucking your tailbone as you come down. And again, we'll breathe in, lifting the hips and the hands up towards the sky. As you exhale, really contracting, rounding down from your upper spine, lower spine, middle spine. So contracting as you come down. One more time, breathe in as you lift up. Again, as you exhale, try to roll and round all the way down. Good, and then once you're down, just take a nice breath or two here. You can rest your arms to your sides. You might find stillness. You might take a little movement. Right? But notice the heartbeats. Notice the energy within your body. Good. And then from here, we'll bring our knees into our chest, hands to our kneecaps, and a couple apanasanas. So as you inhale, we'll take the knees away, straightening the arms. As you exhale, bend the knees, and the knees come into the chest. Even here, we kind of press the lower back down, try to hollow the belly. As you inhale, you can straighten your arms, knees move away. As you exhale, press your lower back down as you draw knees into chest. So a lot of times we're relaxing in these. Let's make this an active movement. We inhale, knees away. Exhale, core contracts. We press the lower back down as you bring knees in. Do one more just to kind of seal it in. Inhaling, again, strong, active exhale as you press the lower back down. Good, and then let your hands and feet fall to the ground, and then just take a moment there. Feel the energy within your body. Good. We're going to do a little bit more core work here, bringing your knees into your chest. And then, actually, no, let's stretch our legs first. So, as you inhale, we'll take the feet to the sky, arms overhead, backs of the hands touch the ground. So we're stretching through the backs of the legs here. And then exhale, knees come to the chest, arms come down to the sides. And we'll do that again. Your inhale, you kind of flex the feet, press the heels up, so you're stretching the backs of the legs as well as the shoulders. And then exhale as you tuck in, nice and slowly. Good, one more time, you'll breathe in, opening up. And then exhaling as you tuck. Good, now we'll add in some core work. So as you inhale, take your feet and your hands just up towards the sky. As you exhale, we'll lift the head and shoulders up, reaching up for the toes. It's your in-breath that you kind of roll down slowly. As you exhale, press the lower back down to the mat. Lift as much of your upper back up as you can. Again, breathe in, slowly roll down. Again, strong lower abdominals to lift you up nice and high. One more time, last one. Inhale, and then exhale all the breath out. Empty the belly. Good, inhale as you slowly lower down. And then just rest everything down as you exhale. Nice deep breath or two here. Feel the energy in your body. You might take a little movement. You might just find stillness. But again, notice how you feel. Good. Knees will come into the chest again. This time a little bit of movement. So you might rock a bit side to side. Maybe you circle the knees. But we want to massage around the lower back, around the hips and the glutes, maybe to the outside of the hip if you open the knees out away from each other. And we've been working and massaging the lower back, and working on the fascia as well that builds up here. Good, and then we'll come back to center, and then just lower your hands and feet down to the ground. And I'm going to do a supine pigeon pose, and we'll build off of this later. So let's take the right ankle and cross it over the left knee. And then we'll lift the legs and take the hands to the back of the left thigh, maybe the shin. Maybe we want to be opening up through the right hip. You might even feel this into your lower back, right, or even higher up into the back. But breathe here. Another round or so of breath. Inhale and feel what happens as you inhale. Exhale slowly. Feel what happens as you exhale. Good. Last breath. Right, and then when you're ready, when you're finished, you can release your hands. Allow left foot to come down, right foot to come down. Take a moment and just feel the energy, the sensation in the right side of the body. And then we'll switch sides, taking the left ankle over the right knee. And you can lift the legs, reach your hands to your right thigh, maybe the right shin. Notice if you're kind of contracted in your upper body, try to relax the shoulders back, the face, the jaw, right? And then another breath or two. And maybe the eyes are closed here. We're still cultivating a mind-body connection, still developing the breath. Good, and we can release the hands and allow the right foot to come down, the left foot to come down. Good, take a nice full breath here. Good, and then knees come into your chest. We're going to make our way into a table. So you might make your way to your side, or you might rock and roll up. We want to come onto hands and knees. And so from your hands and knees, we want to get grounded in your hands, knees under hips, and we'll do a few cat-cow breaths, but maybe with the kind of child's pose variation. So as you inhale, you can arch, lift your head, lift your tailbone. As you exhale, round, but also kind of take your hips back towards a child's pose. As you inhale, you'll rise back up into your table and arch a bit. As you exhale, you'll round through the cat and maybe take your hips back towards your heels, towards the child's pose. Right, we'll do a few more of these. You might keep your eyes closed. Your inhales are full, your exhales are at least as long as your inhales, maybe a bit longer. Right, and this kind of as you round back, tucking your chin and your tailbone, we're really lengthening through the back of the body, right, maybe stretching into the lower back or the shoulders more. Good. Last round like this. And then we can settle into a regular child's pose. And so we'll find stillness for a few moments. You might, again, adjust the knees, the arms, but really try to settle into your child's pose and releasing any contraction that might be held in the shoulders, the jaw, maybe the heart, the chest, the belly, the back, the hips, the legs. And again, just another breath, letting your priority in your practice be the breath, right? Always coming back to making your breath steady and smooth throughout the whole practice. Good, and from here we'll come up into our tables with an inhale. And let's find downward dog with the exhale. And from downward dog, we'll take a few breaths to pedal the feet out if you like, opening up through the backs of the legs, opening up through the shoulders, right, the wrists, the ankles. And again, breath is moving. Let that be your priority here. Good, and then from here, let's take an inhale and bring your feet to the top of your mat with your exhale, standing forward fold. With your in-breath, we'll lift up halfway. We want to engage through the upper back, but also keep the lower abdominals strong. And then you fold as you exhale, lengthening. And then again, halfway up. Again, upper back is strong, but we're also strong through the lower abdominals. And then exhale as you fold, relax your neck and shoulders. Last one, breathe in. Exhale as you fold, and then this time we'll stay in our fold. So maybe ragdoll to begin, where you bend your knees, cross your hands into your elbows. And sometimes we feel a lot in our hamstrings and we miss some of the stretch in our back. So if you bend your knees maybe a bit more, maybe you shift your weight forwards or backwards, you might find that you have less of a pain in your legs and you have more of a decompressing in your back. Right? Maybe not. Right? One more breath wherever you like. Good, and then you can release any bind you may have had, and we're going to roll up to stand super slowly. So maybe even here you try to hollow the belly out, right, engaging through those lower abdominals to stretch through the lower back. And you can round through the middle back, try to round through the upper spine all the way into your neck. And then once you're at the top, just take a moment just to notice how you feel. Good. And we'll begin with a half salutation. So as you inhale, reach your arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale as you fold. Come to stand as you inhale. Reach your arms all the way up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. And again, as you inhale, reach arms overhead. Again, we want to stay strong through the belly as we exhale, folding all the way down. This helps protect the back. Lift halfway up, strong through the belly. Breathe in. Exhale as you fold. And then inhale, strong through your belly. Lift your arms all the way up. And then hands to your heart as you exhale. Right, and then we'll pause here this time. Option to close your eyes, but again, coming into the energy within your body. Good. From here, we'll lift arms overhead, breathing in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to your mat as you breathe out. We'll come into plank with our inhale and then pause in plank. Right, so maybe with a sore lower back, you skip the whole flow part. Right, or maybe you even bring your knees down, but be strong through the belly. We'll take one more breath in our planks, and then we can lower down with the exhale. We'll lift head and shoulders up, breathe in, and then downward dog as you breathe out. And so we'll stay here for another breath. And then we'll lift the right foot towards the sky with our inhale. One cheetah as you exhale. So again, we round, hollow the belly, hollow the chest. Inhale your foot back up towards the sky, and we'll step to the top of the mat with the exhale. Let's find warrior one. So back foot step forward a bit. We ground through the heel. Toes turn out a little bit in the back, but we want to, again, stay and keep hips and shoulders facing the front of the mat here. From here, we're going to move into a stork. So we'll breathe in to shift the weight. Exhale from your belly. You'll draw the back knee up. From here, you can stay, or we can work with our figure four, which is kind of building off of the pigeon we did on the ground. Figure four, you take your left ankle over the right knee. you'll bend into your standing leg and bring your hands to your heart. Right, so we're stretching like the pigeon on the left side, like the chair strengthening on the right side. Again, balancing, but again, we're still strong in the belly. So one more breath here. Slow breath in, slow breath out. And then we can rise up. We'll all come into stork. Take an inhale, and then step back to your warrior one as you exhale. From here, it's a breath in. Bring your hands to your mat as you breathe out. And then take a few breaths to do whatever you would like. Right? You might want to flow. You might want to come back to your pigeon on your right side. You might want to, move. You might need stillness. Right? And we'll take this time in between our sides, right, and throughout our class just to kind of build in our own personal practice and what we might need today, what our bodies, our hearts, our minds might need today. More movement, more stillness, more stretching, more strengthening. And that's up to you. So maybe another round or so of breaths to do as you wish. And then after that, we'll meet in our downward dogs again, and we can move to the other side. So first in your downward dog, you want to be there, be strong and grounded in your arms, open to the shoulders, relax in the neck, and your heels relax towards the ground. It's your left foot towards the sky as you inhale, and then one cheetah. Exhale, round like the cat as you come forward. Three-legged dog, breathe in, and we'll step to the top of the mat with the exhale. Warrior one, so back foot steps forward, the back toes turn out a little bit, grounded into the heel, squaring the hips and the shoulders to the front of the room. And then we'll move into our stork. So it's an in-breath to shift the weight, and exhale to move. And you're welcome to stay here. This is challenging, but if you want to work on figure four, it's the ankle, the right ankle over the knee. You want to bend into your standing leg as you bring your hands to your heart. Right, we're still strong through the belly, we're strong through the upper back, right, and we're still breathing. Right? Slow, steady breaths. Good, maybe one more breath in your figure four, and then we'll all slowly rise up to stork, breathe in, and then step back to your warrior one as you breathe out. Good, it's a breath in here. Hands come to the mat as you exhale. And then again, a few breaths to do whatever you would like. And you might want to stretch that side. You might be practicing your flow. You might come back to some cat-cow breaths. You might just be still. Right? But you can come back to you. Notice how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally. You try to steady the breath. Know that the breath is a way to kind of change the way we feel in our bodies. And so another round or so here. And then we'll come back into our downward dogs. And from your downward dogs, take a moment again to get grounded in your hands, open through shoulders, relax in the neck. And then lift your right foot up towards the sky with your inhale. Again, one cheetah as you exhale. Press down through your hands, kind of hollow the belly and the chest. Three-legged dog as you inhale. We'll step to the top of the mat with the exhale. Warrior one again as you breathe in. Grounding here as you breathe out. So I'm going to show you something in a moment. So we're going to come into our stork, and you have the option to stay in stork, come in figure four, or we can move with the breath a couple of times. I did this the other day, and a lot of people liked it. So your choice if you want to move or if you just want to stay there. But we'll breathe in, kind of shift the weight, exhale and come into your stork. So you're welcome to stay here, or you're welcome to come into your figure four and stay there. Or try for 2 rounds of breath. You would inhale up into your stork, and then you would come back to your figure four as you exhale. And then we would just do that one more time. Again, you can add the movement or you can stay in stillness. Good, exhale, figure four. Last time we'll inhale, all come up into stork, and then step back to your warrior one as you exhale. Good, from here, let's take an in-breath, and then as you exhale, we'll straighten the right leg and hinge forward nice and slowly. Right, hands may come down to the ground. This is where blocks or pillows at home are nice. You can bring hands to like a pillow or something. But we do want to relax into the back of the neck. And if your stance feels really wide, you're also welcome to kind of step the back foot forward. That might help, again, to make this a little bit more accessible. But neck and jaw relax, and the breath keeps moving in and moving out. And it's less about getting your forehead down as it is getting kind of the belly towards the thigh, so we're stretching the back as well. Last round of breath here, and then we'll come back up into our warrior ones. So you can bend into the knee first, press into the feet, lift all the way up. Good. From here, we're going to add on a few little twists, and they're not my favorites, but they're good for what we're working on. So staying in your warrior one, you'll take an inhale. It's your left hand forward, right hand back as you exhale. And then as you breathe in, come back to center, square the shoulders. The hips should not move. We exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Again, the upper body moves. One more time, breathe in, come to the center. And then exhale as you twist, and we'll stay here. One breath in, one breath out. Good, and then come to the center as you inhale. Bring your hands to the mat as you exhale. And again, several breaths to do whatever you would like. And again, you might need some kind of movement. You might need to make it up. You might need stillness. And it's all okay. It's whatever we need in our bodies and in our practice today. And kind of learning what that is and then having the courage to do it is a practice. Right? So maybe another breath or two to do whatever you want. And then again, we meet in our downward dogs. And then once you're in your downward dog, take a moment. You can try to be there. Feel what you can feel. Notice what you can notice. And then it's your left foot to the sky with your inhale. One cheetah as you exhale, round forward. Three-legged dog. Breathe in. Step to the top of the mat as you exhale. We'll find our warrior one again. Breathing in and grounding here as you breathe out. So take another breath. I talked last time. But also decide if you want to try to move for those 2 breaths or if you just want to hold either of the poses. Right? So we'll move into stork. It's an inhale to kind of shift the weight and exhale to move. Again, you can stay here or you can come into your figure 4 and you can stay there, or you can inhale, rise up to your stork, and then figure 4 as you exhale. Maybe one more breath in, rise up. Exhale, figure 4. And then we'll all meet in a stork with the in-breath. And then warrior 1 with the out-breath. Good. From here, we'll breathe in. And as you exhale, we'll straighten the front leg and hinge forward. And so again, hands might come down to the ground, or maybe we use some sort of prop here to bring the hands to. But try to relax into the back of the neck and the shoulders. And maybe you can kind of pull the heart out and down, so we're getting stretched out through the lower back. And another round or so of breath. Keep the breath moving. Good. Last breath here. And then we'll come back up into our warrior 1. So you can bend your left knee first. Press into the feet. Rising all the way up. Staying strong through the belly as you come up. And again, we're going to add those twists. So the lower body should stay still. Again, there's a lot of kind of core work to make the body do this, but it's a breath in, and then your right hand forward, left hand back as you exhale. Woo. And then come back to center. Breathe in. Again, exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, strong through the belly, strong through the upper back. One more time in. Exhale as you twist, and then this time we'll stay here. Take one more breath in. Breath out, and then through the center with your inhale. Hands come down as you exhale, and again, you can do whatever you like here. Right? You might, again, just kind of make it up. Right? Keep your eyes closed, maybe listen to what your body might need here. Maybe your mind needs some stillness or some movement. And just noticing what you feel is powerful, a big part of our practice. So another breath or so, and then we'll meet in our downward dogs. Once you're in your downward dog, take a moment to be there, strong and grounded in your hands. Put your right foot to the sky as you inhale. One cheetah, exhale, round forward. Three-legged dog, breathe in. Step to the top of your mat as you breathe out. Warrior 1 with your inhale. Grounding here as you exhale. We're going to do one more time into the balancing pose of your choice. We'll inhale and then move with the exhale. Again, you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to come into your stork and stay, or 2 more breaths with movement. You can inhale, lift up, and then exhale, figure 4. And I guess some of you at home may be working on your arm balances as well, so that is also an option. Right, but with our next breath, we'll all meet in a stork, right, inhaling. Let's step back to crescent with the exhale. So take your toes to the back of the mat. Good. From here, we'll breathe in and then open up to a warrior 2 as you breathe out. 3 times. We'll straighten the leg, lift both arms up to the sky as you inhale, and then exhale, find your warrior 2 again. So opening the hips this way. Do that 2 more times. So breathe in as you rise up. Again, exhale, warrior 2. Last one like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Stay here. Just want 1 full breath in, 1 full breath out. And then reverse warrior as you inhale. And then we'll windmill the left hand down to the mat. So we're going to come into like a revolved crescent. So left hand will come down and you'll come to the toes of your back foot. So a little bit tricky. You might need to adjust your stance. But the left hand will be down, right hand up to the sky. And we'll take another round of breath. You may want to bring your back knee down. Maybe not. But last in breath. And then we'll bring both hands down. Let's lower the back knee down. And we'll move into a hamstring stretch where we shift our weight backwards again. Right? This is, again, you might use props with your pillows here. Right? But maybe we can stretch the back out. So we kind of pull the belly forward, heart down. We relax again through the upper spine. And then we consciously breathe in. Breathe out extra slowly. 1 more breath here. Nice, and then we'll lift the heart up with your inhale, lunge forward as you exhale, and we'll come into a lizard variation where you take both hands to the big toe side of the foot. You can heel toe your right foot over a bit if you like, but we want to have the hips melting down towards the ground. And there's a lot of different variations, and we'll take a good 6, 7, 8 breaths. I'll go through some things and you can do them or not. You can tune me out. You might want to lower the upper body down, bringing the elbows to something or the ground. You might want to lift the upper body up, really opening into the front of the hip. You can keep the left hand or elbow to the ground and take the right hand to the knee, kind of flex the right foot, open the knee away. Right? So a lot of different options. Take maybe 3 or 4 more breaths, right? And whatever lizard variation is best for you today. Right? Knowing again the breath is very important to keep moving the breath slowly and smoothly, right? Steadily. Good. Maybe another round or so of breath. And then after that, you can come out and just do whatever you would like. And we'll switch sides after another 5 or so breaths. So this is time again to find any sort of organic or intuitive or somatic movement. Right? Again, you might just need stillness of some sort. Right? You might be strengthening. You need to move some energy, and that's okay as well. Right? All of it. It's all okay. And every day is different. So when you're ready, we'll take another round or so of breath and meet in our downward dogs again. And once you're there, again, take a moment to really be there. Notice what you can notice. And then we'll reach the left foot up towards the sky with the inhale. 1 cheetah as you exhale, round, hollow the belly and the chest. 3-legged dog again, breathe in. Step to the top of the mat as you breathe out. Warrior 1 with your inhale. And grounding here as you exhale. We'll move into that kind of stork or figure 4 or movement, right? So you inhale, shift the weight, exhale, draw the knee up to stork. You can stay here, or you can come into figure 4. You can stay here, or 2 times. You'll inhale, lift up, and then exhale to your figure 4. Oh, I forgot, you're also welcome to add the arm balance or anything you may be working on. But we'll all find stork with the next breath in. Warrior 1 crescent as you breathe out. So step your toes to the back of the mat. Take a breath in, and then warrior 2 as you breathe out. So you open the hips and shoulders to face the wide side of the mat. 3 times, straighten your leg, lift your arms up to the sky as you inhale. And then back to your warrior 2 as you exhale. Again, 2 more. Breathe in, nice full breath in. Exhale, we're opening the hips, hamstrings. 1 more time, deep breath in. Nice smooth breath out. And then stay here. And just 1 more breath in, breath out. And then it's reverse warrior as you inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to windmill the hands down. So your right hand will come all the way down to the ground as you pivot on the toes of the back foot. Again, you might need to adjust your stance. Right, but the left arm is reaching up to the sky, twisting and opening. Again, you're also welcome to bring the knee down if you like. Take 1 more breath like this. And then both hands come down to the ground. We'll all bring the back knee down, untuck the toes, and then shift your weight backwards so that we stretch the left leg out, right? Stretching hamstrings, but also stretching the back. So again, we want to try to stop, get lengthened out through the lower back, and then relaxing through the upper back. And then breath is key. In slow, out more slow. Right? So 1 more breath here. Good. And then we'll lift up, shift the weight forward, coming into a lizard variation. Bringing both hands to the big toe side of the foot. Again, maybe scoot the foot over a bit. Hips are lowering, and your choice if you want to lower the upper body, if you want to lift the upper body, if you want to add a twist, a quad stretch, right? So few more breaths. So 4 or 5 more slow breaths in, extra slow breaths out. Releasing any contraction you might be holding in the jaw or the face or the toes or the hips or the belly or the heart. Good. Maybe 1 more breath here. And then I want to come into a wide leg forward fold. So from here, in our lizard, we're going to bring both hands to the mat. You'll tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee, and then you'll walk your hands to the right as you turn both feet to face the wide side of the mat. So we're coming into a wide leg forward fold. Both feet face the wide side of the mat. Both legs are straight. You can do whatever you like with your arms. You might cross your hands into your elbows again. You might take your hands to the ground or the body or even behind your back, interlacing the fingers. Right, but wherever you are, breathe. Maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. You might be still. You might sway a bit side to side if you like. Good. And then hands come down. We're going to do 3 breaths on each side. So a total of 6 breaths. So you're welcome to kind of move back and forth with the breath in and out of your Skandasanas, or some of you might want to spend 3 breaths on one side and then 3 breaths on the other side. Right, so Skandasana is our side lunge. You'll kind of bend the one knee, kind of sink hips down. And you can inhale, move back through center, and then over to the other side as you exhale. And again, you can add, that movement, moving back and forth, or you're welcome to kind of move over to one side and then stay there for 2 or 3 breaths. Good. So I'm going to balance your sides. And then once you're balanced, we'll meet back in our wide leg forward fold. So both toes face the wide side of the mat. And you can maybe cross your hands into your elbows, or again, hands to the body, or just allow, sometimes taking the hands to the back of the head and just kind of helping to lengthen through the back of the neck, or even kind of squeezing the hair, just kind of pulling the hair a little bit is again kind of nice and help soothing for the body and helps to kind of relax any tension we might be holding in our back and our neck. So another breath in your wide leg forward fold. And then we're just going to walk our hands back to the top of the mat. And we're going to make our way to seated. So there's no real easy way to do that. Right? So you can take a few moments. If you want to flow, you can flow. If you want to just, come to sit, you're welcome to do that. but we'll meet in seated when you are ready. And a little bit of this, so I don't know what it's called, but hands come behind your back, kind of supporting you, and then feet are about hip distance, and you just kind of rock the knees side to side. So you can sit up higher or lower, you can bring the feet in, but works the back, the hips, but also massages the fascia that builds up in the hips as well. So just the compression and kind of the massage is really good, as well as the stretch as you kind of rock side to side. All right, next we're gonna do our deer pose. So you'll sit up and we're gonna work on right angles-ish. So I think I'm mirrored, so I think this is your left leg, maybe. I don't know. Try to do this. Left leg forward, right leg out, and we want, so the knee's not out or in, we're straight out. This leg's kind of straight out from the shoulder. Likely you're kind of shifted out. Right? We want to work on getting both sit bones down-ish. You can work on lengthening up through your spine-ish. Right? And we'll take several breaths here. Try to relax and soften. And I'm going to go through a bunch of things again, kind of like the lizard. You can do all of them or none of them. You can do whatever you want. I like to add in a little bit of cat-cow tilts here. This helps to kind of work within this hip. You can do ladder. You can sometimes circular motion. You can add in a lateral stretch. You can add in a twist. You can fold over. Right? You can fold forward, but we'll take another 4 or so breaths in whatever variation you like. And I really recommend just closing your eyes and kind of exploring, right? Try to keep breathing, and you might kind of move with the breath. You might inhale, maybe you kind of adjust a bit or relax a bit as you exhale. Right? But another, again, round or so of breath here. And then whenever you are ready, you can come out of this. Take a few breaths again to do whatever you want, right? Noticing how you feel, where the energy may shift or move to. And just kind of being curious. Good. And then we'll switch sides. So I think it would be your right leg forward, left leg out to the side. And again, we're working towards right angles in the knees. And again, you just be mindful of which way the legs are, if this one's up or back. But know that you can adjust. If your knees don't feel right, then don't, make an adjustment so that you're not twisting your knee. You can adjust. But again, maybe you close your eyes. You can work on getting sit bones down. You can work on lengthening up through the spine. You can work on lateral stretches. You can work on twisting. You can work on twisting and folding forward. Again, just sitting upright and just trying to breathe there. Or maybe you add the cat-cow tilts where you're kind of, again, working around within the hip socket. So several more breaths, maybe 3 or 4 more breaths, again, just to kind of explore this space. And let your priority be the breath, and maybe the breath kind of moves the body. Good. Last breath where you are. And again, we'll come out and again take a few breaths again for yourself, just to kind of again explore how the body feels, how the mind feels, how the heart feels. Good. So when you're ready, let's do a seated forward fold. So you might even kind of tap the knees out, or just kind of lengthening through the backs of the legs. Same thing with this, right? So forward folds are really primarily a lower back stretch, but sometimes we feel it so much in our hamstrings that nothing really happens in our backs because our backs are so tight. So you might even want to place a block or a blanket underneath the backs of the knees so that you take the stretch out of the hamstrings, and then you're able to stretch more in your back. So just something to think about, but we do want to lengthen through the back. So we don't want to fold from up here. We want to try to pull the belly towards the thighs, right? Heart out towards the knees. we relax through the upper back, and so that, as we kind of relax the neck and allow the head to drop, we stretch all the way through the back line of the body. And then as the breath moves in, it should expand the body from the inside out, so it should stretch your body like a balloon. Right, as you exhale, you kind of relax, soften, release any contraction, maybe smooth or slow the exhale. And we do that again, breathing in, the body kind of stretches like a balloon, expanding. And then as you breathe out, again, you relax and empty. Last breath here, and then when you're ready, you can slowly make your way back up. And we'll take a few breaths to do whatever you would like. And then when you're ready, we will meet on our backs. Coming to your back when you're ready. You might have your feet grounded, and this will allow the back some time to just relax and release the contraction. And you'll feel maybe an opening into the front of the body. And as the front of the body relaxes. Good. And then let's come back to our dynamic bridge poses. So feet are in line with your hips, hands at the sides, palms facing down. Maybe just the breath to begin. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, kind of engage through your core, those lower abdominals. Keep that engagement as you inhale and lift your hips up, take your arms overhead. And as you exhale, again, rolling and rounding your spine back down. Just do 2 more like that. As you breathe in, you'll lift up, opening into the front of the hips here. And as you exhale, we round down. So nice, slow, mindful movement. Last one, you'll breathe in as you lift up. And then exhale as you round back down. And then once you're down, take a nice deep breath. Maybe a cleansing breath, opening the mouth as you exhale. And then bring your knees into your chest. And we're going to do a happy baby pose. So take your knees out wide. Feet may open up towards the sky, and hands may come to the feet, or maybe just the ankles or the calves. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed back and keep the back of your neck long, and try to keep your lower back grounded. And you might want to rock a bit side to side and just massage around the back and around the hips here. And you might just want stillness in body, but keep your breath moving. Slow, deep breaths in. Again, even slower, longer breaths out here. And another round or so. And then from our happy baby pose, we'll come right into Supta Baddha Konasana. So you can kind of bring the soles of the feet together and then release the feet down to the ground. And arms can go wherever you choose, if you would like to have them to the sides or the body or overhead. And take a moment and can adjust, settle. Right, and then maybe the eyes close, and you just come into your physical body and see where you might be contracted that you can relax into. Right, and then see if you can keep breathing and see what happens as you inhale. What happens as you exhale. And this is just a mental practice, and we can use this practice when our minds are racing or our hearts are anxious. We can come into the breath, and we can move our attention away from whatever the thoughts may be, and we can come into body. And then by slowing the breath down, we can tap into nervous system and change the adrenaline and the cortisol that might be released into our body. Right? The adrenaline just makes us more anxious. So as we kind of slow that, we literally, again, feel better within our bodies. And you can take another breath here, and then you can come out and take a few moments to do whatever you would like. Again, just exploring the way the body feels. And also this practice of coming into body is really healthy for the mind. And it stops the working of the mind and just comes into being. And so then our bodies have more energy. Right? Our minds aren't wasting all of the energy. Right? So hands come to your knees again, and maybe you just kind of rock side to side or make some circles here. But again, we want to massage around the lower back, around the hips, around the sacrum. Right? And just kind of massaging and working this area is really good for the body. And then we'll do a few twists to finish up. So knees come into chest, and we'll take the arms out to the side at a T. So before we even move, it's important as we exhale, we're pulling the navel in towards the spine, right? We're engaging our core to help kind of protect the spine through all of our movements and especially our twists. So it's an inhale as you are in the center. As you exhale, we twist, but we're actively engaging the core, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. And then as you breathe in again, you come back through center. Your belly might even expand here. As you exhale, my navel towards the spine, twisting to your right. Good. Maybe one more time on each side. And then once you have your sides balanced, you can come into a twist of your choice. Anyway, taking your legs or knees to the left, right? So either whatever twist variation you would like, you allow the legs to come off to the left. You might take your left hand to the right side of the body just to kind of help relax that right side. You may turn your head either direction. You might be able to relax into the forehead or the jaw, the face, or the toes. Right? And then, again, let your practice be to just explore what happens as you consciously breathe in and breathe out. Good. Last breath on this side. And then you can make your way back through center. You might take a full breath or so. And then when you're ready, you can make your way to the opposite side. And so whatever twist variation you prefer, but allow the body to come into stillness. Maybe you can relax somewhere and then again breathe in, feel the body stretch like a balloon. And as you exhale, you need to consciously release the contraction, the tension, right? Maybe toes or feet or face. Last breath, and when you're ready, you can come out of this, and again, a moment or two just to do whatever you would like, but being aware of how the energy in the body feels. Good. Next, we'll bring our hands to our kneecaps, fingertips face the toes. A really gentle movement. Our appanasanas, we did it in the beginning of class with contraction, but we can do it with relaxing now. So it's the inhale just straightens the arms, and the exhale brings the knees back into the body. Right? If your back feels a little funny though, you can add that contraction, right? Your inhale takes the knees away. As you exhale, you can kind of tuck the tailbone, draw the knees in, press the lower back down. And again, breathe in, take the knees away, and then exhale, knees to chest. Good. This time we'll just inhale, open the legs out, and then arms to your sides again as you exhale. We'll just take one more breath and allow the arms to fall open, the chest open. And then an inversion of your choice. So you may come back to where we were earlier in our happy baby pose. Our dead bugs pose. Wait, that wasn't this class, that was something else. Dead bugs pose is an option, right? So the back's grounded, arms and legs are bent. We were in happy baby pose earlier if you want to come back to your happy baby pose. Some of you may want a shoulder stand or a plow or a headstand. If you have a prop at home, you can take a supported bridge pose, right? Or nothing. You might be ready for your Shavasana now, but wanted to allow just a few moments to elevate the hips and or feet above the heart for an inversion of your choice. And again, just a few moments in your inversion, coming back into body, coming back into breath, releasing any contraction that might be unnecessary, and again, slowing the breath, right? Steadying the breath. Maybe last breath in your inversion, and then you can make your way out. Our next pose together will be our Shavasana. Well, we'll take a nice long Shavasana, and I'll do a little piece of Yoga Nidra to help kind of relax the mind and focus the mind some more. But as always, take your time if you want to add in anything else, if you're not ready for Shavasana yet, or right, if you need a different twist or a different stretch, please feel free to add that in. I will go through Shavasana cues so you know what to do, and as a reminder. But once I get through them, I myself will sit up so that just to maintain focus, but you all will relax. Right? But Legs will extend out towards the corners of the mat. And you can take the feet a little wider than hip distance. Toes roll outwards. Arms come to the sides. A little bit of space between the arms and the ribs. You might even tuck your shoulder blades underneath the body a bit. You can adjust if your lower back feels uncomfortable still. If your I can't talk. If your lower back feels uncomfortable still, you can place something under the knees. This helps to kind of tilt the pelvis, support lower back. You can even just ground into the feet and rest the knees together if we don't have anything to put under the knees. And then you can adjust. We want to be extra comfortable. Your arms might be at the sides, or it might feel better to bring the arms in. But here, once we get to Shavasana, we just allow the breath to fall into its own rhythm. Right? We definitely slowed the breath and altered the breath throughout our practice. That's our pranayama. But now is the time just to allow the breath to do its own thing. We may close the eyes and scan the body and just look for any areas of contraction that might be held within the body. Face, jaw, shoulders, neck, chest, upper back, middle back, lower back, heart space, sternum, belly, pelvis, legs, arms, hands, feet, and just relax the body completely. And we'll be moving our awareness, our attention from one part of our body to the next. And if you like, you can repeat the name of the part in your mind. But more importantly, we want to feel into that part of the body. Take your attention into that part of the body. And this is brain work that we do here. So we'll begin with the right side of the body. You want to take your attention to the right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, kneecap, shin, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Relax completely. Take your attention to the left side of the back, or the left side of the body, and become aware of your left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, kneecap, shin, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Relax completely. Take your attention to your back. Become aware of your shoulder blades, your spine, the back of your head, your whole back together. Now go to the top of your head, your forehead, your eyebrows, the space between your eyebrows, eyelids, eyeballs, temples, ears, cheeks, nose, the tip of your nose, lips, chin, throat, inside of your mouth, your sinuses, inside of your throat, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, abdomen, navel, pelvis. Relax completely. Become aware of all of your right leg. Become aware of all of your left leg. Become aware of both legs. Become aware of all of your right arm. Become aware of all of your left arm. And become aware of both arms. Become aware of your entire body. Feel your entire body. And know what a miracle that your body is. Allow your body to be filled with gratitude and joy, appreciation for this body that you have, for this life that you have. Allow your body to be filled up with this higher elevated emotion. Allow it to spread throughout your body. You can bring your awareness back to your breathing. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. You're using your breath to reawaken your body. And keeping your eyes closed, feel the ground beneath you, the room around you. Allow some movement to come into your fingers, your toes, your hands, your feet, your arms, your legs. And take your time. You can bend your knees. Make your way to lie on either side in the fetal position. Good. And then once you are ready, know that you are home and you don't have to even get back up. But once you are ready, you're welcome to come back to seated, bringing your hands together at your heart, finishing our practice. We bring our hands to our hearts, and can we close our eyes maybe and just bring our awareness back into how we feel, and noticing how maybe more relaxed or calm or peaceful or energized you feel. And I thank each of you so much for your practices. Namaste. Yay.